Shalom Akim, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahushua Ba'Shem, Kwakadash B'em, Nosh, DC Camp, another short lesson, so I won't sound like Benjamin. No, yeah, no short is up here. Yeah, just another lesson to the Father, hopefully elect. So I got a quick video about the works of forefathers when they dwelt in Africa. All right, concerning the Benin bronzes. All right, so it's not just Benin. We got the other one in the kingdom of Ife. All right, so with not further ado, well, I won't say much. I'm just gonna go straight to the scripture right now. So this is Job chapter 8, verse 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. All right. So we need to know the history of our fathers, of our forefathers upon the face of the earth. All right. Whether they were in the land of Israel, whether they were in the land of Ham, whether they were in the land of Edom, all right, in the land of Moab, the land of Japheth. We need to check it out. All right. And that's the point. So I'll play this video and then you see.
In the last years of the 19th century, thousands of people came to London to see an intriguing new exhibit. They came to marvel at the art of an alien culture produced by a supposedly savage people. The very existence of these works of art represented a challenge to the dominant ideas of the time, ideas that underpinned an empire. The public were fascinated, but also troubled by what they saw. What bothered them was that this was the work of an African society, and almost everybody in the 19th century believed that Africans lacked the technical skills needed to produce great art, and the...
All right, so when he's talking about Africa, he's basically talking about West Africa. All right, that's West Africa is just another kingdom of Israel outside the borders, so that's why you have Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, the coast of West Africa, those West African nations like Senegal, Mali, Nigeria, Benin, Gabon, all right, Cameroon, Zambia, even Zimbabwe, even all the way to Kenya, Uganda, all right, from the west coast all the way down to the east side, all the way down there to Botswana, Lesotho, South Africa. You got jakes all over there, man. Tanzania, the jakes everywhere. All right. So I'll keep on playing the video, and then you have an idea of what our forefathers were able to do in the land of Africa. All right.
Cultural sophistication needed to appreciate it. It was in fact widely believed that the people of the Dark Continent had no history and no culture and were incapable of generating this thing called civilization. These reliefs that so disturbed the Victorians are the Benin bronzes. They're now regarded as one of Africa's...
All right, so that's it's about the bronzes and all that carvings and all that stuff. But at the same time, you're gonna start, I'll go into the issue of textiles in another video about apparatus I did this week. All right, so you see all the type of textiles that Jake has there in West Africa. So you understand how people are not just bums, man. People created a lot of stuff that is Edomites couldn't resist to get their hands on.
That so disturbed the Victorians are the bronzes. They're now regarded as one of Africa's greatest treasures. Created from the 16th century onwards in the ancient West African kingdom, they record Benin's great kings, her wealth, her military power, and the history that Africans were supposed to lack.
And Benin is basically a combination of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, that's why you have more mixing with the Levites among Benjamin and Judah, right there. All right.
I've been coming to see these works of art my whole life. I was first brought to see them when I was just a little boy by my family. I've spent hours and hours over the years standing here looking at them, and as someone born in Africa, feeling a strong sense of connection to them.
And that's one thing Jake needs to do. Jake needs to be able to go out there and go to these museums to see works of art. You know, we got a Native American museum, we got a museum, of natural history. You know, Jake just needs to go out there and see what's there. You know, go on the internet, dig, and you see exactly what our ancestors were able to create. You know, they didn't really have all these sophisticated tools. You know, all this heavy duty equipment for their artwork. They just did it the best way they can, you know, by doing it the simple way. All right, it was already rocket science. It's just regular stuff. If you watch the video for bronze casting, you know, I mean Nigeria and Benin, Ife, it's just simple stuff, man. Jake can do it. You just gotta be careful so you don't hurt yourself, man. You know.
But despite all their beauty, they are, to me, tragic works of art because they are loaded with a sense of loss. And that's because today they're not in Nigeria among the people whose ancestors.
Yeah, so you know, the story was told and the story got to go abroad. So we will not really consider that a loss, all right? Because at the end of the day, you have to understand the value of knowledge, the value of wisdom, all right? It brings you peace, it brings you understanding, all right? It brings you, a sense of pride, you know, what the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah was able to accomplish through our people. All right, because all these gifts come from the Lord. All right, so our people shouldn't be ashamed, you know, to give glory to the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. It shouldn't be in a so-called woe is me mode, you know, majority of the time. Even though you gotta be sober-minded, you still need to have a sense of pride, a sense of dignity, a sense of integrity, because we're Israelites, all right? You shouldn't be feeling, you know, so all depressed because, you know, you're in captivity. You know, you should have hope in the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. That's why the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai sent His Holy Spirit to wake up the holy apostles and the ones before them, the elders before them.
In London, in the British Museum. The Benin bronzes came to Britain as the spoils of an act of plunder. In 1897, British colonial forces attacked Benin City. It was an act of revenge for the ambush of an earlier British expedition. They deposed the king, the Oba, Ovanaramwen, sent him into exile.
But they won't really tell you what the expedition was all about, man. Because Esau was always, you know, interfering and spreading, you know, propaganda. Always trying to divide the chiefs against each other. Alright, what happens? You know, the Lord Abba Shema Shai let Esau fulfill his destiny upon Jake, you know, upon the kingdom of Judah in Benin. All right, and that's what you see, man. You know, you have Jake's, you know, surrounding the king. You know, it's sad, but see how divided our people become. You know, when the virus of Esau's ideology permeates the mind of our people. You know, you see the stripes, you see them in the gun. I mean, the long gun and the bayonet, that sword. So it just lets you know, man, that Esau, you stay up strife, but at the same time, when he gets the judgment for it, he wants to play the victim.
They looted the brass plaques and statues that once decorated the palace walls, took them back to London, and sold them off.
Yeah, that's Esau.
Some were put on display in the British Museum. Yet many of the Victorians who puzzled over the existence of the bronzes had forgotten that they were not the first outsiders to see the art of Benin. Centuries earlier, Portuguese explorers had encountered the bronzes in their original home, on the walls of Benin's royal palace. It's
Yeah, so how do the Portuguese know about Benin? Because Jake in West Africa, used to go back and forth, you know, to Portugal. You got Portugal, you got Spain, you got Italy. So West Africa was no strange place to them. That's how these so-called Edomites are. Pretend as if West Africa was just a place that was appeared out of the unknown with some unknown people because they had the records, right? The Romans knew that Africa wasn't a small place, all right, because the Romans all controlled the seas. They knew exactly, where they have to concentrate their military might. If they need the resources, they knew exactly where to go. If they needed gold and diamonds and all that stuff, they have records. They have explorers that do the same thing too. All right. So Esau always liked to play that game of, we don't know exactly what this was about, that. But hey, you just gotta keep moving on, man. All right. So I get another precept here. It's gonna be from the book of Sirach. All right. Book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 15. It says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small." So you got to have an idea, an imagination of what took place. The ancient voyage of Moab all the way from China to the coast of Africa, because Moab used to come to Africa way, way, way back too, because they had the records, all right? They had the maps, So it's no strange knowledge, man. You could dig in as much as you can, because it's all facts, it's all recorded, all right? So this is Sirach chapter 5 verse 15. "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small."
stood at the heart of a vast city, ringed by one of the largest earthwork walls in the world. These early European travelers came not to conquer, but to trade. Before the prejudices of later centuries, they had no trouble recognizing Benin as a powerful, sophisticated civilization, one that was capable of producing great art.
Yeah, so with all those Jakes that used to live in Spain and Portugal after the so-called Inquisition, where do you think they went? You know, where do you think they went? They traveled, to West Africa. Even the brothers in England, they show the records of the interaction between the Kingdom of Ghana and the Kingdom of England. They show the records. So it's proof that our people, were in Europe. You know, before all this so-called shenanigans of Esau. So it's a beautiful thing to have this knowledge and just understand it's all part of the mystery of these holy scriptures. And our people are waking up to who they are, that they are Israelites. All right? It's not just Negroes, but also Latinos and Native Americans.
And it's in the art that we find evidence of these first relationships between West Africans and Europeans. Evidence that shows the faces of early Portuguese traders, complete with beards and long European noses. This is art that reveals a very different civilization to the one the Victorians imagined. Not an isolated kingdom, but one shaped by centuries of contact with the wider world.
Yeah, so if the Benin knew about the Portuguese, so that means folks in Ghana we know, folks in Mali we know, folks in the Congo we know, folks all over West Africa we know that they got to trade with the Portuguese. They got to trade with the Spanish. They got to trade with their people that live along the coasts. Of Spain and Portugal and Italy. So it's no big surprise, man. But it's all part of the mystery of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. It's revealing this last day. So with that, just say Shalom Akim and keep on digging. Our history is vast. But just make sure that you stay spiritual in these last days, man, because you know the words of the Lord there by Shema Shah is very, very important. You don't want to be without it. Shalom.